Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a what's new video. I have some new skincare and makeup products that just arrived, so I thought I would show you a little bit, just a quick sneak preview of them, as well as some hair products. I've tried some of them, so I can give you my first impressions on some of them I have not. So let's first start with the hair products. I have this brand called Cuvée, not quite sure how to, I don't know, there you go. Cuvee, the little thing. Sent me some of their products, the shampoo and conditioner. I was really excited though because this is the one that they had originally talked to me about, the champagne spray. It's like a styling spray that helps to give you like a tousled look for your hair. And I've definitely read some things about this, so I was excited to try that. And then there's a deep conditioning treatment, which I really was wanting to try. It's like a multivitamin for your hair and scalp. So next is a skincare product that I was super excited when I saw this was launched. I was like, oh my gosh, finally. The Tatcha, the Essence. So Tatcha finally came out with an essence, which I was super excited about because I was basically waiting for them to come out with one finally. I did begin trying this, but I've only used it for a few days. I love the spout on it. You see that? How it's like a little pore spout? I like that. And it's supposed to be a plumping skin softener. So I would use this after I cleanse and tone. And I would put it upon my hands and I would press it into the skin. First impressions, I love the texture. It's not as watery as the SK2 facial treatment essence, let's say. A little bit thicker, but very hydrating. Immediately, kind of my skin looked very plump and supple and very bright. There is like a slight, I don't know, it's hard to describe. There's not like a shimmer to it. There's like a just slight like radiance to it. But I haven't used it long enough to really see like long-term results. But if you're a Tatcha lover, you're pretty much, I mean, if you are like me, I've been using Tatcha since she had like a little tiny stand against the wall in Barney's. I mean, like quite a long time ago. And anything she comes out with, I'm like, I just really want to try it. I just know I'm going to love it. And I really have loved almost everything she's come out with. I don't think there's anything I've tried where I was like, meh. Everything just really worked for my skin from her brand. All right, next is a moisturizer from Chorus. The Greek yogurt smoothie. It's just all skin types, good hydrating moisturizer. I know sometimes I'll get distracted by like a really fancy like anti-aging moisturizer or something that's really designed to do like a ton of different things. But the truth is, I love a no muss, no fuss basic moisturizer like this. I mean, especially during the morning time, most of my morning routine is just comprised of products that help me hydrate my skin, plump it up, make it look just consistently great. So I'm really excited to give this a try. I'm often drawn to products for all skin types. Like I said, once again, I think it's kind of like, to me, they fall in that no muss, no fuss category, and they're pretty much going to work for my skin. And that's what I found to be the case. Most of the products that I have in my routine that are for all skin types are just consistent, like great performers. Like every time I go back to it, I'm like, yeah, I know my skin's gonna look great again. And a SPF that just launched by Shiseido, the Sports BB SPF 50. So it is a BB cream, but an SPF. So I would think of it more along an SPF that has a slight tint than I would like a BB cream that you would buy maybe and use as your makeup during the day. And it's water resistant, though I have heard that it's very water resistant. So it would be great for the beach, the pool, working out outside and you're sweating a lot. First of all, Shiseido SPFs are probably one of my favorite SPFs out there. Like every time I try one, the Urban Environment SPF 42, I always laugh that it's like 42. So it's like a random specific number. But that is probably, I've been using it for many, many years, and it's one of my favorite ones to use in the summer because it gives a very nice matte finish to the skin, and it's great as a makeup primer. They made one last summer that I used. It was a sports one, and it was an SPF 50. I just constantly used it all summer long because I find that a lot of the SPFs from Shiseido leave my skin with a very nice natural matte finish. So they work amazing as makeup primers or in the summertime specifically. I don't tend to use them a lot in the wintertime. Probably because they all have very much a matte effect for me, so I tend to use more like moisturizing SPFs in the wintertime. All right, that's all the skincare that I have. And so for makeup, I have 2 new Chanel products from the spring collection. I've talked before, like I have a love-hate relationship with Chanel. Same with Tom Ford. I mean, some stuff I really like and some stuff just underwhelms me. I know some people are like die-hard Chanel fans or Tom Ford fans. When I used to work behind the counter years ago, and specifically at YSL in Saks, New York, the Chanel counter, when they would launch a new collection, women would just blindly call and buy everything. Not even seeing the collection. Like spring came out. We're going to send, then they would call and just like send me one of everything. I mean, that's how dedicated a lot of these Chanel customers are. And I mean, I love that. So sometimes I find something great I like, sometimes I don't. One of the products I bought from the spring collection I liked, one I'm actually sending back. So this is the eyeshadow quad in shade 278. So I'll link it below. Nice neutrals. Sometimes the shades are, a little bit bolder or, just shades that I wouldn't wear. These, I feel like every color in this quad would be something I would wear. And I bought one of the Rouge Allure Velvets. This is number 62 Libra. And I don't like it. I thought I could make it work and I was wearing it around. I only put it on like once and I was wearing it around for a few hours. And every time I walked by the mirror, I was like, it's awful. But it's a beautiful color, so I felt it was worth mentioning because I feel like it would look great on so many people, but just not me. And it's because it's too orangey brick color. It's just too dark and too orange for me, and I am just not a fan. So I will be going back because I can't even like try to work with it. Sometimes I'll buy things and I'm like, all right, I'll make it work with like a lip liner, lip gloss. It's not my favorite, but no, not even gonna try. All right, so Milk Makeup sent me their Blur Stick, and I've talked before my hesitation anytime with like stick products, whether it's stick foundations, like it takes me a little bit to kind of warm up to them. I think it's because I automatically think like a stick product is going to smother my skin. Like it's gonna feel like my skin is suffocating. And that's not the case, but I just always have that mindset. So I haven't yet tried this, but I will. Though I read some reviews and people were really raving about it. So I'm curious to see what it will blur and how my makeup will wear over top of it. And will my face be suffocating? It won't be. But I will feel like it will be. I'll feel like it in my head, but it probably will not be actually on my face. Okay, the rest is, I have some Guerlain products. And I don't know if this is from the spring collection. I don't believe it is, but I can't get it open. There it is. This is one of their new reformulated 5-color palettes. This is Tonka Imperial, those shades. I mean, these are all matte, and then you have a little 2 shimmer shades over here. Guerlain probably makes one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas ever. They tend to be very medium pigmentation, a little bit creamy, a little bit powdery. They just always work for me. So excited to try that. Then the Guerlain Meteorites. I have 2 of the new Meteorite launches. This is the powder, the Press Compact. It's very, very, very sheer. It barely looks like anything. I've been using it just kind of like dusting it over my cheeks. Just gives like a hint of shimmer. And, I think you're either like a diehard Meteorites lover or you're not. I kind of fall in the middle a little bit. Some of them I find work for me and some of them are just kind of ornamental almost. Like I just more am drawn to the packaging and the scent and the whole experience than actually what it does. Though I do have one Press Compact that I do like the kind of, it doesn't blur, it just kind of helps to give a soft effect on my face when I dust it over my face. It just helps to like, smooth away any type of imperfections and just very minimally. But the new Meteorites, the Happy Glow Pearls, launched for spring. I mean, the scent, it's so quintessential to Guerlain. If you haven't used any Guerlain products, they're very highly fragrant, so just know that. This is, I'm afraid the balls are going to come out here. They're like pink and beige and purple. I did find this really did show up quite well on my skin. I don't use the powder puff. I tend to use a brush and just dust it on my skin. And it really gave definitely a somewhat blurred effect on the cheeks. It did have a hint of color, but I mean, it's not, it's not going to be a blush. It's more of a finishing powder. The Guerlain Meteorites are just that. They're more of a finishing powder. They're more of just like a final step to just kind of smooth things out and just add a bit of, they have a little bit of a shimmer to them. Sometimes they have a little bit of a color correcting property to them. All right, that's all I have from Guerlain, and now I have some products from the new NARS Spring Collection. Many of the shades I was not a fan of, but I believe that many of you will be a fan, so I think it was worth me showing. This lip gloss specifically, I really wanted to love it, but it just was too dark and kind of brown for me. But I can see this on someone with slightly darker skin tone, Asphalt Jungle, that's what it's called. With a slightly darker skin tone this would be absolutely stunning because it has a little bit of a golden shimmer. I don't know, it looks a little bit like kind of more of a brown burgundy, but I think on someone with a slightly darker complexion than mine, it could be kind of a nice bold 90s like lip, but on someone with a much deeper complexion, it would probably be just like gold, gorgeous, kind of shimmery, slightly nude color on the lips. And it's just, I really think it would work well for a lot of people, but just not me. And a similar lipstick to that shade, which fell in the category of like my Chanel one. It just was a little too orange for me. And it was Kiss Me Stupid. Okay. No, that's what it's called. I'm not telling you. I'm just reading the name. The Chanel, comparing it to the Chanel one is actually much more pink. This is very, very orange. Very, very orange. But like I said, I can just see it on someone, especially with someone if you have like kind of like darker hair, but you have like red tones or like ombre in your hair. I think something like that could really, really be beautiful to create this kind of, ambery rust tones in the makeup where you do kind of like a shimmery coppery eye and a bronzy cheek and that on the lip. So, but just not for me. This one is this is straight summer. Like big old straw hat, you're somewhere tropical, you want to rock a day glow lipstick. This is as day glow as it gets. It doesn't look very day glow, but when it's on me especially, it's very opaque in day glow. It is called Breaking Free, and you will be, when you wear this, you will be breaking free of your neutral lipsticks. So it looks I'm curious to see how it would look maybe on someone with a deeper skin tone than mine, because on me it came out very like, I don't know, kind of a Barbie vibrant day glow peach. It was strong. And I can do those colors sometimes, but it was just not, it wasn't working for me. But like I said, the colors from the NARS Spring Collection are actually extremely wearable, but I think they're just not the tones for me. The blush, though, is my tone. It's my tone, it's my jam. I absolutely love it. It's called Bumpy Ride, though this blush is not a bumpy ride when I wear it. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous bright coral. Oh my gosh. It looks very, very sheer there, but it is a pop on the cheeks. And I love that, especially in the summertime. I mean, I'm building it up a little bit there. The light is really drowning it out, because in person it is like coral pop on the cheeks, which looks so great in the summer. If you have just like nude on the eyes, like a shimmery champagne color on the eyes, tons of mascara, that on the cheeks. I mean, I probably would wear some form of this kind of lipstick because they do have some bright corals that work a little better for me. But I love that look. Wear like an all-white off-the-shoulder dress and a little straw tote. Oh my god! I love it. And finally, this one I really did enjoy, but I have some thoughts on it. It is the Velvet Shadow Stick in Ceros. So I showed it on Snapchat, which gave you kind of a better, closer up view. And it's a shimmery golden brown. Now, interesting though, I love the texture of these. Very creamy. They're creamy almost like the Laura Mercier ones, but they don't crease like the Laura Mercier ones do. Laura Mercier ones definitely crease a little bit more for me. These are a little bit creamier, let's say, than the By Terry Ombre Black Stars. Those are a little bit drier for me, but I still love them. The color swatches very shimmery golden brown. However, when I put it on my lid, it was like the shimmer was being buffed out. It was very hard to describe. Like I wanted it to be a little bit more opaque like that, but as I put it on my lid, it kept kind of moving around. So what I did is I put it all over my lid and kind of spread it out with my finger and then kind of stippled it back on and then didn't blend out that second layer because I wanted the color to be more opaque. The shimmer wasn't as intense as I thought it would be, which is good if you don't want something very shimmery, but I was hoping it would be this kind of like gilded, bronzy gold look, and it was just more like very minimal, muted bronzy gold look, like suitable for day. And it goes on very sheer, so you do have to build it up. And that was the only thing I was kind of like a little, disappointed because I was hoping it was going to be this. But after I wore it for a day, sorry, it's like hairs in my face. As always, we know the drill at this point, right? When I wore it, like by the end of the day, I kind of was looking at it in the mirror and I was like, it's growing on me. It definitely was beginning to really grow on me, but initially it was a little too sheer for me. The collection seems very burnt amber, like very orangey, burnt amber, coppery, because even this shade, though it looks kind of brown here, was reading very orange on my eyes. So if you love those like burnt orange, coppery shades with like an orange undertone, this is your collection. There are other colors from the collection, but these are just the ones that I chose. So I will link everything down below, and I will obviously keep you guys updated with any of the products that I didn't really kind of give a review on. And so some products that seem exciting and some just are not a fit for me, but I think could be a really great fit for many of you. Like I said, I'll link everything down below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.